how many rearrangements of the word Clarence are there? Okay. Now, the wording rearrangements might make me think, okay, we got linear permutations. There's 8 letters here in Clarence. So we might think, oh, 8 factorial. Except we could swap these two C's and still get the word Clarence, which is not different than the word we started with, Clarence. But at the level of just 8 factorial rearrangements, swapping those two C's should be different. So we've got a bit of a problem here. Okay? What can we do about this? How do you handle this sort of rearrangement question if letters are the same? So here's what we do. We don't view it as a linear permutation rearrangement question. Okay? We might imagine the 8 potential letters, the 8 spaces that we will fill in with letters. And what we're going to do is we've got these 8, we're going to assign them to groups. Groups based on what letter they will be filled with. Okay? So we have 8 blanks to fill. Okay? And we have, what is it? The word is Clarence. Okay? So I can see I've got 2 C's, 2 E's, 1 L, 1 R, 1 N, and 1 A. So I need to take these 8 blanks, okay, and break them up into groups. So we'll need a group of 2 for the C's, a group of 2 for the E's, a group of 1 for the L's, 1 for the R's, 1 for the N's, and 1 for the A's. Okay, and how do we do that? How do you break a collection into multiple groups? With multinomial notation, of course. Okay. So there's our answer. You can, of course, simplify this. Okay, because remember how multinomial notations can be broken down into factorials. Okay. 1 factorial is just 1. So we could instead just write 1 factorial over 2 factorial, 2 factorial. We could even go a step further. Okay. We know 2 factorial is just 2. So we're really dividing by 2 factorial times 2 factorial. 2 times 2, we're dividing by 4. We could even go further. 8 factorial, remember this is a nice little way to rewrite factorials. 8 factorial is just 8 times 7 factorial, just 1 less factorial. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. So our answer could be 2 times 7 factorial. Okay, that's another nice way to write it. Okay, you could, of course, also stick with the factorials over factorials. That's a pretty good way. They're all the same number. They're all, what it would be, 10,080. And that's how often I work with factorials, that I know that off the top of my head. Okay? Or we could stick with our multinomial notation answer. Okay? All 3 good, equally valid ways of responding. Okay? And there we go. We've answered our question, the number of ways to rearrange the word Clarence.